Hey friends, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We have made it halfway through the week. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I happen to be going live from Central Kansas. Also, I want to let you know that I'm live in 2 locations, so if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person is probably viewing on a different platform. And also, if at any time during this project you like what you see and you think others should see it, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Hit all of the buttons, hit that thumbs up button, hit that heart button, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. All of that just helps out my channel and getting it seen in front of other eyeballs. And hitting all of the buttons like you're supposed to do, that also helps you. It tells the social media platforms that you are using and watching that you like this kind of content, and that then they'll show other people's content that is similar to mine in your feed. So it not only helps me, but it also helps you. So I think that is all the announcements I have. So let's go to the comments. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and I can see I have this pesky little wire hanging down, so I need to fix that. Hold it on a second. Somehow that got bumped. Let's see if that works. One of these days I need to get brave and take a picture of how I have that cord supported. If you could imagine a random camera mount, a paint stick, and a couple of binder clips, and that's how I have that cord propped up. Some people call it crappy, I call it scrappy. And with that, let's flip the camera and I will show you the project. So I did a clipboard the other night. In fact, I've done a second clipboard, and I did post pictures of those on my Facebook page and in my Instagram stories. You're welcome to go there and see those super cute little clipboards. So I caught clipboard fever. So I happen to have these two little mini clipboards in my stash, and I've had one half painted. This black one was kind of half painted for well over a year. So I thought, since I'm base coating other clipboards, let's go ahead and pull these out so I can get two more things out of my stash and get two more projects finished and out the door and into other people's hands. So these are the Tim Holtz Ideology mini clipboards. I think it comes one to a pack. I did link, you can get them from various sites, but I linked them from scrapbook.com. That's about the least expensive place that you can purchase these. So it comes with, the cool thing about these is it comes with removable clips. So they're super easy to paint. You don't have to paint around any hardware. You just remove it, paint it, and then take it off. So I've painted one in black, and I painted one in Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel. I have waxed them both so they are ready to go. I'm just trying to decide. This one's got kind of a big blotch in it, so I'm just trying to decide which side I want to paste and which side I want to chalk on. So I think we'll do this. So I'm using a retired transfer. This one is called Every Day is a Gift. I never got a chance to use it before it retired, so we're going to put that on the black one. And then I'm using the Love Blooms from the Tiffani Thiesen Couture collab. So this one is super cute. It is a size. I have linked everything in the description of the video. Jason says I'm the MacGyver of live streams. And I just think it is super cool to see Tiffani Thiesen's name alongside Couture. It's a super fun collab, very modern, kind of a very 70s-ish modern vibe. And if you were a Saved by the Bell fan like I am, it's just super cool. We'll get those out. So these are removable transfers if you are new to Couture. These are reusable. They're reusable multiple times. And because they were removable, I'm just going to mark on the back side the transfer name, or you can just write the word back. That way, when I'm done cleaning these transfers and they are dry, I'm ready to put them away. I know that this is the back side of the carrier sheet and the transfer goes on this side. They do now have a slight yellow tinge. Let me, so you can it's a little easier to tell what the back side is compared to how it used to be. I don't know if you can see that color differentiation. But I still write the name on them. That way, since I'm using two A-size transfers, I know that this backer sheet is for this transfer and this backer sheet is for this transfer. So I think we will do this one first. No. I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to be using shimmer paste on this, and it's going to take a little longer to dry. So I've removed my transfer from the backer sheet. The transfers now aren't as sticky as they used to be, which is mostly a good thing. So I don't need to fuzz it as much as I would have in the past. Plus, this is a smaller transfer. There's a lot less adhesive on the back. So I just placed it on this terry cloth towel. It has a little bit of lint on it. That lint gets stuck to the adhesive back side of this transfer, and it just knocks back the adhesive just a little bit. just so it's not as sticky as it used to be. So we're just gonna, so I'm gonna stick it down. Yep, this is the back side. I'm gonna stick it down fairly far so it doesn't interfere with any of the nuts and bolts. Oops, and I have the downside to loving fabric tassels is that I have fabric strings everywhere. I thought there was something under there. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish this down. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see on that black surface. That's what it looks like when it's burnished down. So I've pulled out a few shimmer colors. I've pulled out metallic eggshell blue, which is a current color. I have pulled out shimmer watermelon, which I believe is a current color. And if it's current, I have linked it in the cart link in the description below. Pucker is a shimmer yellow, and it was a color of the month. And Fresh, which is kind of a shimmer blue, and it was also a color of the month. So we're going to pull all these out. And these shimmers are fun, especially if you love the look of glitter without all the crazy glitter mess, because the glitter is suspended in the paste. And so a little bit may rub off, but it's not going to get all over your craft room like loose glitter does. So it's a very forgiving glitter product. Okay, so I'm going to reorder these, I think. And I've pulled out 4 multi-tools. So we're going to use those. They have a smaller squeegee end, and they'll help get into some of those nooks and crannies. I'm also going to get out a wet wipe, because I would probably need it. Jason says he loves the color choices. This is usually my to-go color palette. I don't always choose the shimmers, but I do choose a lot of these similar colors. It kind of reminds me of this yarn that I have right here. And I just want to point out, you're going to notice some image shifts over on this side. So every now and then there'll be some graphics that change. So I'm just highlighting without highlighting some of the monthly promos and new products that we have available. So you'll see to the right, there are the new Peanuts Summer 2025 products launched yesterday. Yesterday. So that's a look of, you can get a look. Oh, Robin, words are hard. You can take a look at those while you're watching me paste. So I'm going to start at the bottom just because I know that I want this heart to be kind of a shimmer watermelon. And we're going to do kind of a paste and pull method. So I'm going to do kind of a section or an area, and then we're going to pull that area up because I don't want my paste to dry in my silk screen. Now I do have a little bit more working time because these shimmer pastes do not dry as quickly as the regular pastes do, but I still want to work at a decent pace so that my pastes do not dry in that silk screen. Okay, so then I want to kind of even out my squeegee lines because those will dry in your design. sure I get that corner. Okay. And if I have any excess left on my multi-tool, I can just pop it back in. I'm going to go ahead and pull those two sections up. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So you just want to release the silk screen from the paste, and then I'm going to put it back down, and I'm just going to burnish where I need to paste. And I see a little corner of that ray that I didn't get. We're just going to pop that up, and we're just going to burnish right there on that flower. I'm going to grab some metallic eggshell blue.
Oh, there's two there. There is two. One didn't see.
And then we're going to grab some fresh, which is the blue color. And I'm a project turner. I always like to try to paste away from other colors, or paste away from areas that I don't want to paste. Okay, so let's lift up where that flower is. So that's what we have so far. Super cute. So I'm just going to burnish where I need to paste, not where I've already pasted. And I think we can start back up at the top, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I think that might work. Perfect, actually. I'm just going to go in rainbow order. Just because that's fun. And you could do all of the shimmer watermelon ones. You could, and then go back and do all your pucker ones, but I would manage to mess that up. So we're just going to go in order. And then once I get done with that line, I will pull that up. So this eggshell is more of a metallic. It is a metallic. So it's not shimmery. It has more of a metallic sheen. That's fine. Kind of gives you a little bit of a different texture. And fresh is kind of the same way. It's more of a metallic than it is an actual shimmer. So it doesn't have the loose glitter. It's more metallic. Has a sheen. Okay, so then we'll do watermelon. I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, so let's pull up that line. So there's what the word every looks like. Super cute. So we'll burnish down the next line. We'll just keep going. So we've got pucker next. And then we've got, oops. Don't forget to even out those squeegee lines because they will show. So we've got metallic eggshell. And then we've got fresh, which is a metallic blue. I kind of think of it as a metallic ocean mist. It's a little darker than ocean mist, but it's pretty close. So we've got, looks like every line it's going to end up with shimmer watermelon. I did not plan that, but that is so far a happy accident. I don't think it'll happen on the next line though. Oops. Oops. Okay, so let's pull that line up. There is every day is, and then we have a gift left. So we're going to move to pucker. And you don't have to do these in all different colors. You could just pick one color. If you think that multiple colors is intimidating, you're welcome to just do one color. You could pick two colors and just alternate lines. You could pick a group of colors and do like the hot mess technique. Jason says he wasn't sure about the transfer, but seeing it colored in, it's awesome. Indeed, it is. Well, and this is both flowers will be blue because the dot to the eye is a flower. So that was another happy accident. Yeah, I love these kind of transfers. So then we've got shimmer watermelon again. If you don't have a multi-tool in your crafty arsenal, you should have one. It's perfect for little designs just like this. And I like it because it's just like holding a marker, a paintbrush, or a pen or a pencil, because it's thick and it's sturdy. It doesn't give on you. It just offers a lot of control. Okay, so let's pull all that up. Ta-da! And this, my friends, is why I love Couture products so much. There's no way I could have done that with, I mean, I could have done it with a stencil, but like trying to cut a Mylar stencil for that graph paper or even the little F with all the detail would have been super tricky, I probably would have screwed it up. So Couture makes detailed projects like this a breeze. So we're just going to let that sit. I'm actually going to walk my transfer over to the sink and get it sprayed down so that it's easier to clean when I'm done. So I just placed that transfer in a dry utility tub in my utility sink, and then I just spray it down with regular water. So super easy cleanup. And then since we're changing our color palette, I'm just going to wipe these off with a wet wipe. You could just use a wet rag if you didn't want to waste wet wipes. I have a ton of white washcloths that I purchased when I started doing work classes in my house, and they're like super rainbow colored wash rags now. I don't think any one of them are white anymore. So that's kind of fun. You can end up with tie-dyed washcloths. Okay, I might need a few of those, so I'll keep that out. I'll put this just right there. Okay, so now let's get out the other one. And again, this one is the Love Blooms. It's the Couture Tiffani Thiesen collaboration. It's just one of the many. So I'm just going to pull it off of its backer sheet. Just fuzz it a few times. Thanks, Jason. He said he loves this one. It's just over here hanging out. So I'm just going to add this one to the bottom of my, it's not very even. Okay, this one's going to be probably a bit trickier. This is probably going to be a little wasteful, but I am a slight perfectionist. So I'm actually just going to tape off the edges where these flowers are, where the flower meets the center, because I don't want my colors to mix. So I highly recommend getting some placement tape, or you could use some inexpensive washi tape. Just be careful on these transfers, because sometimes if you use masking tape or painter's tape, it will peel the top layer of that teal off, and it will expose more silk screen than you want. Ask me how I know. So that's why I just use placement tape on my transfers only. Because I have done that a time or two. Okay, I think we're going to switch palettes, colors now. So I have Sunny Side for the center of the flower. And then I have white for the petals, bright white. And then I'm going to try to use moss for the leaves, and then ballet slipper for the word love. And I'm only going to get out one at a time because this paste dries a little faster when exposed to air. So I think, just trying to figure out, use this one. So I've cut down a few of these mini squeegees. That's not a good representation. So you can cut these. So like this one is half of this one. And then this is cut down. It's like 2/3 of one. So it's not quite the size of this one. It's not quite as small as this one. It's kind of in the middle. So feel free to cut your squeegees so that it will help your project. Love this. The sunny side is so pretty. It's kind of a creamy yellow. It's kind of a dainty vintage yellow, retro yellow. So I'm going to pull that one up. So I just released that paste from the silk screen. So I'm going to carefully pull all of this tape. I think I might be able to do the petals without getting it into the yellow. We'll see. But I can always reuse this tape if I need to. So once I remove the tape, we'll go ahead and we'll dry that flower center. That way, if I need to, I can tape it. So we're just going to dry it with our quick dry tool. Should be good enough. Okay, so now I'm going to burnish, and I can rub across it now because I've dried it. So we're going to burnish our petals. And I'm going to wipe this one off. I'm going to try not to use as many tools tonight, so we'll just reuse this one when we need to. Okay, so let's open our bright white. Okay. We're going to try this one, see if it works. We may do just a few petals at a time and then pull it just to make sure that the white paste isn't drying in the silk screen. I'd rather, again, be safe than sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull that one up. Oh, so pretty already. And then we're going to burnish those down. So we'll just keep going around town. Slow down there, sister. You just about got it into the yellow center. Okay, so let's pull those. Hey, Miss Ashley. We're making some mini clipboards. I've gone clipboard crazy. Actually, I'm just trying to get stuff used up that I've had for a while. Okay, let's go ahead and pull those petals. Release the releasing the paste. I'm going to come back up here. Ashley said she was just about to ask what I was making. A little clipboard. I'm going to come back up here. This one, I think the silk screen got sucked back down onto it and it started to dry. We'll see if that happens. It may end up pulling the whole thing off. I made it worse. You're making it worse. So I'll have to fix that one. But that's what happens when your paste starts to dry in the silk screen. But that's okay. That's an easy fix. So we already made this cute little clipboard already. And these clipboards have removable parts. So the clips come off, so it makes them a lot easier to paint. Okay, so let's burnish all of that down. Clean that off because I don't need it. So to fix those petals all off camera, I will clean my transfer and get it clean and dry. And then I can just place it back over the design and repaste. There's a couple of spots where my petals dried. A little bit right there. Excuse me. And then that petal. Okay. My moss is a little dried up. Oops, I added the wrong water. Darn. Oh well. You should use distilled water. That's regular water because it has the red label, red for regular. But that's okay. I don't have much left, so when you need to wet your paste down, use distilled water because it will help keep weird things from growing in your paste. So like, I have this other spray bottle full of distilled water. So I'm just wetting it down. It was getting a little thick. It makes it harder to spread, and then it dries out super fast if it's too thick. Trying to figure out where to put this where it won't make a mess. There. Okay. So I'm going to use this squeegee that we used earlier, and I cleaned it off. So I'm just again going to dip it in. Oops, about forgot about the word love. I have to work quick because this is still kind of thick. I'm going to go ahead and peel that part up. Okay, so I got that released. So we'll come over here to this little leaf. I'm going to use the multi-tool because it's kind of a tight little area. Okay, and then we'll burnish the word love. Let's clean all this off. So I'm just using a wipe. So if I don't clean them now, it's going to be days before they get cleaned. I just usually stick them in a bucket of water and get to them when I have a collection. Okay, and then let's pull out ballet slipper. Oops. Trying to get the rest of that off. I don't waste it. Some of it's already too thick and too hard, but we'll get what we can off. So then we'll just put it on here. Okay. Throw that away. Let's pull that off. Pretty. Love the colors. So minus that one petal that I have to fix, there is the back of our clipboard. Okay, let's get that one washed off. And then I'm going to walk my transfer over to my sink and get it sprayed down so it's easier to clean. Okay. Now I'm going to have to figure out what colors of ribbon to put on the front. Let's get all these picked up before I end up wearing them all. It is Most Bonita. When did you sneak in? So these are, I have two of these. They've been in my stash for a while. One was half painted. These are the Tim Holtz Ideology mini clipboards. And the cool thing about these clipboards is the hardware comes off. So there's little screws and screw caps, and all of the hardware comes off, and it makes it super easy to paint. Benita says she loves the flower. This is the Tiffani Thiesen Love Blooms transfer. It's one of the size A 4x6. I thought that was cute. This would be perfect for Mother's Day. In fact, both of these would. And then this one is the Everyday as a Gift. It's retired. And I used Shimmer Watermelon, Shimmer Pucker, Metallic Eggshell, Fresh on this one. And then on this one I used Bright White, Sunnyside, Moss, and Ballet Slipper. I think that one's pretty dry. Yay, for once my shimmer pastes are dry. I usually end up sticking my finger in them. Okay, so I put a towel down because I don't want to scratch the design. I can put all those away because I'm done. I can put that away. Look at me, I'm cleaning. I'll put those away later. So here are 2 screws, and the 2 screws, and the 2 screw caps. So these are the clips that come on the clipboard. So that's the back side, and that's the front side. So you just, I think, nope, they have to come up from the front. Otherwise that, and you do need a little tiny screwdriver, although what will I use to seal the back? Probably just a spray sealer. You could also use the gator hide, which is now also back in stock. And it is the, oh, I have it. I don't know where I have it. I'm trying to remember where I put it. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Literally right in front of my face. You could use the Dixie Belle Gator hide. Just remember, if you are applying that, to use as few brush strokes as possible. That way you don't reactivate the water-based or the water reactive paste, because that is a water-based, that's not going to work. Because the gator hide is a water-based product. And you do need, I hope this isn't one way. I hope I didn't do it backwards. Okay, so somehow I need to get this screwed back in. I cheated on, I happen to have this notebook that we did a month or 2 ago. I used it as a guinea pig. I've actually sealed it with hairspray. And it seems to be working. I mainly wanted to seal in that loose glitter. It appears to be fine. Okay, so I'm just screwing, if I can, screwing these in. Easier said than done. Just to get them through the back side. But I'll probably just use a spray sealer, which I should probably spray before I put this on, but they'll be easy to get on and off. Okay, so now just need to put that through the holes. And then I'll use these little, you gotta have skinny fingers. I think if I hold that and then screw that, much easier. Trying to turn that little cap was impossible. So this is a lot like the, what was that thing called? It was the A-frame that had the acrylic piece and the little, not the acrylic piece, but the wood pieces that were attached with the leather straps. It uses the same kind of screws, this little screw and nut thing. That went in easy. Then hold the, and you can buy just these clips. They don't come with the hardware though. And you could put them on like just a regular scrap piece of wood. Because I actually bought some of just the clips for another sign that I was making that I made last year for Mother's Day, and I, surprise, surprise, have not finished it yet. Does that sound familiar? Okay, we'll just, I need like 14 hands for this. Okay. And probably, there we go. I think if I get one mostly on, and the other one will be easier. Stop laughing at me, Miss Ashley. If you could see my face, it's contorted into like 14 different ways trying to get these on. Okay, those are on. So now I have these Post-it brand 4x6 Post-it notes. So you could use those. They fit perfect. Oh, so cute. Or I also have these lined sticky notes. They're also 4x6. I think I got these at the Dollar Tree. I'm almost positive. Because Post-it brand sticky notes are expensive. So you could just use, in fact, actually, I think this one would look cute here because about the same amount. Add a cute little pen. You've got a cute little gift. And I don't know whether we should add some a little fabric embellishment on the top. Do you think we should? Oh, those turned out super cute. I just need to come in and fix the flower where my paste dried. I kind of sanded the edges too, so they're a little rough. You can see it better on the black one. Ashley says so cute. I'm just trying to decide whether I should add some fabric embellishments. I don't know what colors. I just happen to have some gingham there. I don't know, this might be kind of, some of this might be too dark. That one works for both of them. Is that one close? might go with that one. That one's close. What about a piece of washi tape on the clip? The only thing with washi tape is you'd probably want to glue it down because washi tape loses its sticky. I don't know. I'd put a fabric tassel on my dog if she'd let me. I just think that it's so cute. But with this size of clipboard, it might be too much. I don't know. Guess it won't hurt to try it. Let me see if I can find any lighter pieces. That might work. That's closer. And then I wouldn't, I think that if I'm going to do that, then I'll take this out. And we could use yellow on both of them. And I even think the polka dot would look good over there. Let's see what else I have. I could do some gray houndstooth on that one. Or yellow and gray polka dot. The yellows don't quite match. Would that be okay? What do you think? I also have gray arrows. Maybe we take that out. Or gray bandana. Let's do I think we'll do that. We'll not use that polka dot, although it is cute. So then there's 3 colors of each. Maybe we need to bring in some white. No, I have white. I think we'll stick with those 3 colors. I don't want to totally overwhelm them. I'll try not to go overboard. Okay, so let's flip those back over. I think we'll just go with that for both of them. Okay. I don't need all of that, but just... Okay, so I just cut a little nick in the top. Okay, so we'll cut that into a lot of smaller pieces. Actually, I'm going to cut it in half and try to just use one piece if I can. And I'll make them a lot smaller than I normally do. Okay, so that's the gray. Try and clean up as I go. We don't have a big old mess when I get done. Do some houndstooth. My favorite pattern. So again, I'm just cutting a little, putting a little nick, and then just tearing a piece off. So most of these are fat quarters. I usually get them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Used to get them at Joann's, wah wah. I also get bandanas from Hobby Lobby. And then I also shop the remnant section, mostly at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes I can get lucky and find a remnant at Walmart. Not very often. Sometimes. Okay, so there's the gray. And I think I'm going to pull a longer piece of this gray. That's what we'll use to tie it with. Okay, so this yellow gingham. Again, cut a little notch. And then I just tear it. I just find that I can get a straighter piece of fabric when I tear it versus when I try to cut it. Raise your hand if you agree. Actually, I'm just going to fold that in half and then fold it in half again. That might be too big. Well, I can trim them. Okay. So let's put this piece of fabric over the clip. I'm going to put my finger down there, hold it tight, pull it, not too tight because you might tear it. I don't know if that's going to give me enough room to tie. Now that I did that. Use this longer one, that way I know I have plenty of length. Put my finger there in the middle. Okay, so now I'm just going to start laying down pieces. Whew, those are short. I'm just going to kind of crisscross them. And when it's a one-sided fabric, I put them upside down because typically when I tie it, it's all going to kind of fold over anyway. So then you hopefully can see that top portion will kind of fold over and you won't see hopefully won't see the back side. So just tie that up. That's why I like bandanas, is because they're the same on each side. And then just kind of loof it out. That may not have worked. I think I probably should have put them right side out, but I'll fix that later. I'm not going to cut that one yet. When they're this short, you should probably just Am I back? That was weird. Let me know if I'm back. Did I come back for everybody? That was super weird. Jason says I'm back. Whew. Okay, so I don't know where it cut off, but this is, for one, is too big. Two, when it's small like this, don't put them upside down, put them right side up. So I'll take this apart eventually and put it to where the fabric is right side out. So we'll, yeah, I think we'll go with it. I don't know about, I don't know, what do y'all think? Should I just leave them? This one I like. I don't know about those colors. I guess we could try it. Try it. So let's cut some of those. I think we'll do them shorter. I felt like I was in a disco. All the lights were, my computer was flashing, and it was crazy. It's getting all sorts of weird things happening. I don't necessarily need all of this one. Okay, let's cut that one in half because it's super long. Up next, Jason says, up next, Robin's fabric tearing ASMR. Nah. It is probably loud though. And these don't have to be exactly the same size. You can always trim them when you're done. So again, one little snip, and then give it a good tear. Okay, so then let's use this piece for this. I'm so excited to get 2 things out of my craft room. Actually 4 things with all the clipboards. Yay me! Okay, so now let's layer these. We'll do right side up this time. So I'm just going to kind of make an X with all of my fabrics. Oops. Do I have left? There's 3 of those. I do another yellow one. I'll do a black and white polka dot one. I'll do a green one. Do a yellow, another green. Nope. Okay, so we'll tie that one. Definitely go right side up when they're that small. Okay. Get a handle on some of this. Okay, so now let's trim that one. Trim that one a little short. And you can keep the bottom layers a little longer and kind of cut them a little shorter. It'll give your whatever this thing is, I don't know, it's not really a bow, pom-pom, I don't know. That's super cute. I definitely like it, oops, like it smaller. Let's cut this one a little bit. Super cute. It's just so petite. I need to stop or I'm going to end up without anything. Okay, I think that's cute. Definitely daintier is better. So I will trim this one up off camera. Let's pick all that up and throw it away. Uh-oh. Okay. Okie doke. Let's go back to here and oops, and go to another camera angle. Oh my. I don't know what happened. Let's not go to that one. I don't know what happened to that. Let's you can see all of the funness. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, I know why. No? Interesting. Well, you can see all my fun stuff back there. You can see everything. Okay, here's this first clipboard. And so then there's the bow. And then here is the second one. Jason says he loves them. And then I'll fix this bow. It's a little big and it's upside down. So I will fix that one. Okie doke. I have to figure out why it's not letting me adjust anything. I don't know what happened. Anyway, you don't need to know any of that. You can see all my mess though. So thanks for hanging out with me this evening. Thanks for helping me with the projects. If you make any of the clipboards, large or mini, post those and then tag me. I would love to see them. Also, if you're going to be in the Salina area, there is a Quartermania at the Taylor's Twirler Studio in the Central Mall. Doors open at noon on Saturday, April 19th. So if you have family in, it would be a great fun activity for family of all ages. You'll get to see some twirling routines. You'll get to raise some money for the twirlers that are going to nationals. There'll be vendors that you can shop at. So doors open at noon. Quartermania starts at 1. I hope to see you there. If you do come, make sure you say hi. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I don't know what my schedule. We have Good Friday services on Friday. Maybe I'll go live later that night. If I do, well, and then Sunday's Easter. We'll see. I might get adventurous and go live this weekend. But anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Stay sweet, stay crafty. Thanks for watching.